All right, folks, let's try it again. So, Cherry Martinez here, as always, you guys, for Surgery Stories Uncut. Today, we've got Surgery Story 109. I'm sorry I wasn't here the other day. Tuesday was really, really hectic with all the new news from the Public Health Department and the mandates, and so I had to bring you that information. And sorry, my alarm. By the time I filmed all those videos, I was done. I was like, all right, Surgery Story's gonna have to wait till Thursday. So here we are. Let's jump right in. Have you ever seen this man, y'all? I'm sure you've probably seen him posted on my page at least a little bit because he's everywhere. Well, if you're new here, he's actually my husband. He also happens to be our crazy massage therapist at our recovery home. And what's craziest about this whole story is that the person that I'm about to tell you about, she knew all of that, just like you do now. So let's just be clear about something, right? My husband happens to be my best friend, outside of just being my man. And, you know, in our relationship, we don't keep many secrets. We share everything. We talk about everything. And I'm always with him. So you guys know about him. He's always around. It's not like he's in the background, right? But there's always somebody who, I don't know if they want to test my patience, they want to test my gangster, they want to test my, like, I don't know what it is, but something always happens. Always. One day, all my girls were hanging around downstairs around the table and just hanging out and talking. And what happened? These girls just so happens to have been hanging out because there was a massage going on. During the time the massage was going on, some of the girls were not operated yet and the others were. But they were really curious to see what a massage looked like. So Alfredo was like, of course, let's do the massage where everybody can see. We'll do it, explain, and get you guys ready for when it's your turn, right? Usually when my girls are hanging out and they're spending time around the table, I always feel like it's a good time for the next girl to show up. And that's exactly what happened at this exact moment. Our girls were all hanging out, they were watching the massage, and suddenly our new girl made her presence known by announcing herself in one of the oddest ways. She walked through the living room into the dining room and proceeded to ask Alfredo, who was in the middle of a massage, in the middle of a room full of women, and say, hey, you're the one that's doing the massage? Are you going to give me a bath afterwards also? So, of course, this is what's happening all the way around the room. Faces are looking like this. And, of course, I'm nowhere to be found, right? Because, of course, this would be happening when I'm not there. At this point, Alfredo already knows the deal. He gracefully bows out and he's like, yeah, I'm the one that does the massages. No, I will not be giving you a bath. The nurses give you a bath. And by the way, Cherry is my wife. I don't think she would appreciate that. Now, if you're new here, you might get a pass. But realistically, most of my girls don't even know what surgeon to pick, where to go, what to do. They usually come out here on the strength of me. And if you're one of my fans, one of my followers, whatever you want to call it, dude, you know all about my husband. Why would you play yourself? And then in front of a room full of people. I then find out about this whole situation. And he's like, yo, you believe these people? Can you believe this? Do me a favor. Tap in the other massage therapist. I'm not touching her. She's already made me feel uncomfortable. She already tried to play herself and put me in a situation in front of people. Yeah, we're not doing that. Get the other massage therapist. So girl goes for surgery, has her surgery, and I've not mentioned anything. I've not said anything because the truth of the matter is he's a man. You know, he gets cool with these girls. People will play themselves. It is what it is. It's a business. It's not personal. I trust him. I know what it is. I'm not worried about it. But at the end of the day, you know, this wasn't a situation that I felt I needed to address. We just switched the massage therapist and it was what it was. And so fast forward, she gets a different massage therapist and it seems like she's a little irritated and a little confused about why she's not with him because he's great, but why is she not with him? You did that to yourself. And then number two, because all of this started going on and she felt some kind of way, she then decided she was going to jump into a group chat. These group chats are awesome. I also have a private group chat, but you have to remember that not everybody is honest, not everybody is open, and not everybody shares things for the same reason or the same motivation, okay? Keep that in mind when you guys are out here and taking all this stuff that you hear on the internet as like Bible. think twice. So Shorty felt salty that Alfredo wasn't doing her massages, and people kind of noticed. So people were kind of just like watching her and making sure that she wasn't being inappropriate, amongst a few other things that had gone down in the house with her. So now fast forward, and she's salty and whatever. And guess what? She takes it to the group chat and starts telling the group chat that my house is ghetto. And she doesn't really say anything specific about the house because, again, there's not much that she can point out. But she's just making a bunch of comments about my house not being cool, not being, nice and all this other stuff. Mind you, at this exact moment, the house was sold out. When I get wind of all this stuff coming back to me, because remember that I have thousands of clients all over the world. And so at some point, I had a few of the girls that were in that group chat, even though I wasn't. And I ended up getting the information, the screenshots, and I saw what she was saying. And so I just decided I was going to go to the recovery house and I was going to approach her. And I was like, hey, it's time for us to have a conversation. You already were inappropriate with my husband. You propositioned a male staff member of the house, which is not appropriate right from the gate. You've been a little bit intolerable since you've been here. And now you're in the group chat trying to ruin my reputation or trying to do damage to me because you feel funny about what we've decided to do with regards to your care. Your care is still being delivered the way it should be. It's just that Alfredo's not going to be doing that. And that's because you played yourself from the jump. Even if he wasn't my husband, if he would have been a regular male staff person, the fact that you approached him inappropriately and of a sexual type of nature, I would not have put him in the situation to have to give you service. It's just not. It's not safe. At this point, I'm feeling like you ain't got to go home, but you do got to get the hell out of here. And so we had that conversation, and I made that very clear after her being really ghetto and disrespectful. I not in the mood for it, and I don't want my other girls in the house being exposed to it. But suddenly, I started getting phone calls from a friend of hers who just so happened to have been Dominican, and figured that she was going to call me because since we're both Latina, we were going to understand each other. At the end of the day, it has nothing to do with race, it has nothing to do with color, it has nothing to do with where I'm from. It has to do with common courtesy, respect, and that kind of thing. And I communicated that to her. She got back with her friend. She basically told her friend to chill the fuck out and that she needed to behave herself. I allowed her to stay till the end of her stay. Although I did want her to leave, I worked with the friend. I understood that she really didn't have anywhere to go, and I did keep her in the house. But again, these are the things, and these are the same types of people that you go ahead and you help after they play themselves, and then they end up going and writing bad reviews and writing things that sound like story time. And it's because people, when they're upset and when they're hurt, they holler. But you guys, use this as a rule of thumb. If you're going anywhere and there's ever male staff, be respectful at the gate. You never know who's who. You never know who's son, brother, cousin, husband. You know what I mean? And then the other thing is, you never want to be put in a situation where you could be accused of sexual harassment, because that's very much what this becomes. So with that being said, I'm going to let you go. I'm going to wrap this story up. Stay away from my husband so we don't have no problems, okay? Bye.